Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are following the secret life of a single IT support ticket. We're going to trace its journey through this really advanced AI system, from the very second a user clicks submit, all the way to a perfect response being drafted. And the wildest part? The whole thing happens in less time than it takes you to blink.
You know the drill, right? You type out your problem, you hit that submit button, and then you wait. But what's actually happening in that moment? Well, behind the curtain, this incredibly fast, totally invisible process is already kicking into gear. It's like a digital race against the clock to solve your problem.
Yeah, so forget any idea you have of your ticket just sitting in some long line. What we're following today is one ticket as it zips through this super sophisticated AI system. It's a journey from creation to resolution that's over in a flash.
All right, let's get right into it. The journey for our ticket starts at the very beginning, at what the system calls the input layer.
So everything kicks off with a really simple action. An analyst just types in a title and a description for the ticket. That raw text, just a handful of words, is the spark that lights the fuse for this entire massive process. This is step one, the starting pistol for a journey that is unbelievably fast and complex.
And this is where it gets really cool. This system doesn't just toss the ticket into a pile. No, it has to instantly figure out two really critical things. First, what is this ticket actually about? And second, who is the right person to handle it?
To do this at, superhuman speed, this system uses two specialized AI models. You can think of them like two different brains working on the problem at the exact same time. And this idea, this parallel processing, is the secret sauce to its amazing efficiency.
So here's a closer look at what those two brains are doing. The first brain is a lean, fast AI model called Distilbert, and it's basically the dispatcher. It's the team classifier, and its whole job is to assign the ticket to one of 23 different support teams. And at the exact same time, the second brain, the type classifier, is figuring out what kind of problem it is, sorting it into one of 10 categories, like, say, a VPN request or a password reset.
And because these two AI brains are running in parallel, they get both of these crucial classification tasks done in just 200 milliseconds. I mean, that's literally twice as fast as it would be if they ran one after the other.
Okay, let's hop to the next stage and see how this all builds on itself. So the ticket is sorted, but to give a really good answer, the system needs context. It needs to search through thousands and thousands of old tickets to find relevant clues.
But wait, how does a computer search for a concept instead of just a keyword? Well, first, it has to translate the ticket's text into a language it gets, math. This whole process is called creating a vector embedding. It essentially turns the words VPN access request into its own unique numerical fingerprint.
And to do that, it uses a special model called a sentence transformer. It's built specifically to understand the meaning of sentences. It creates that numerical fingerprint, a 384-dimensional vector, in a mere 80 milliseconds. Just incredible.
So now that our ticket is basically just a string of numbers, the system can do a ridiculously efficient search, and the speed at which it digs through its entire knowledge base is, well, it's just staggering.
Using a pretty amazing technology called FACE, that's for Facebook AI Similarity Search, it scans the whole index of past tickets and it finds the top 5 most similar tickets in just 5 milliseconds. 5! That is unbelievably fast.
So let's recap. In just over a quarter of a second, the system has classified the ticket and found the best historical examples. It has everything it needs. Now it's time to actually write a reply. And this isn't just some simple copy-paste job. The system uses this really powerful technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. It smartly analyzes those 5 clues it just found, decides if a standard template or a custom response is a better fit, and then it feeds all of that rich context to a large language model, GPT 3.5, to generate a totally new, unique response. Now, this right here is the most intense part of the journey. This is where the AI really thinks, It's putting all the info together into a coherent, helpful, and human-sounding response. This step takes about 450 milliseconds.
So, let's put it all together. From that first click to a fully drafted, context-aware AI response, how long does this entire journey actually take?
This diagram maps out the whole journey we've been following. If you look, you can see the parallel classification up top, then that 80 millisecond embedding, then that impossibly fast 5 millisecond phase search, and finally, the 450 millisecond response generation from GPT 3.5.
Every step just flows perfectly into the next. It's like a perfectly choreographed digital ballet.
The grand total end-to-end is 750 milliseconds. That's 3/4 of a second. Just to put that into perspective for you, a human blink takes about 300 to 400 milliseconds. This whole process is done in the time it takes you to blink twice.
So, the main thing to take away here is just how these specialized AI parts work together to achieve that incredible speed. But you know what the most important part is? The final step isn't AI at all. It's a person. An expert analyst always reviews, fine-tunes, and approves the drafted response. That ensures quality, accuracy, and that crucial human touch.
This quote, and it's taken straight from the system's user manual, just perfectly nails the whole philosophy here. This isn't about replacing human skill, it's about building a powerful assistant that takes care of the tedious work in milliseconds, which frees up the experts to focus on what they do best.
And that kind of leaves us with a fascinating thought to chew on. We just saw a complex analysis and writing task, something that used to be totally in the domain of a human mind, get done in less than a second. So as AI keeps getting faster and faster, what other complex human tasks will soon be completed in the blink of an eye?